All right, man. So you're trying to make money online. I know that. You're on this video. You want to make money online. You've probably seen 100 videos from other people, right? Other course creators, social media marketers, drop shippers. It doesn't matter. What I want to get across to you today is that if you do not change the way you are thinking, okay, if you don't remove your limiting beliefs, that's all that's ever going to be is a dream for you. Like it's only ever going to be a thing that you think about and you never actually achieve. This is going to be a harsh video. You see, when I got started in this online space, first I went through understanding how do I get there? Okay, I needed the information. I needed to understand step by step, like what do I need to learn to make money? Okay, obviously you need to know that first. But the problem is, I spent about a full year, right? It was in my final year of college with the information. Like I knew how to start a social media marketing agency. Of course, I still had some little things that I wasn't 100% clear on, right? But like 80%, it was clear. And I basically didn't do anything, right? Like I did a few things that I thought would get me closer to getting clients, but I didn't actually reach out to companies. I didn't do the key thing that you needed to do to get clients. And so let's examine why that happened. Why did I, when I knew basically what I needed to do for a whole year, did sweet fuck all, right? It's my beliefs. I didn't think I could actually do it. I didn't think a client would pay me. I didn't think that why me? How can I become a millionaire? How can I make loads of money online? How can I make 10K a month, right? I was in college. Everybody around me was looking to just get graduate jobs. My parents, my mom specifically, just wanted me to get a safe, secure job, right? So why would I go against all of that and go and do this thing? That's what was holding me back. You see, it wasn't the how. It wasn't the information. I had a good grasp on that already. It was the belief, okay? And so this is real at every level, even if you've already started your business, okay? I speak to a lot of people inside my program, right, that might be doing 2, 3, 4, 5,000 per month. Amazing, right? Super, super cool, right? Because that's an amount of money that for most people means you don't have to get a job. It kind of gives you that base level of freedom. And a lot of them are thinking of bigger numbers. They want to get to 10K a month. They want to, get to 1 million eventually, get a ClickFunnels award like this, right? But they don't know how to get there. Information-wise, they know how to get there, right? The strategies, the tactics, the actions they got to take. They, in theory, know what to do. A big issue is the belief system, right? It's why, how can I get to 10K a month? You see, 10K a month is something that they've probably put on a pedestal for so much time. They've watched so many videos of young dudes moving to Miami in America, right? 19-year-olds making 100K a month. And so this number, 10K a month, becomes a pedestal, okay? Because just type it into YouTube, right? How many videos are there about making 10K a month? Probably millions at this point. And so it's on a pedestal, meaning that even when you've gotten a bit of success, you're still holding yourself back from that next level. And I can speak to this personally, right? Because in my businesses and everything I've ever done, look, the max that I've done in a month is around 100K, right? So for me, when I look at the guys that are making 200K, 300K a month, they're on a pedestal, right? It's the same thing. I know they're at a point where conceptually, I know what to do, right? Like in theory, I know what needs to happen to go from where I'm at to that point. The information, the strategies, the tactics, that's pretty clear. It's the belief system. For me, a big thing when I first hit my first ever 100K a month was like, oh my days, it's possible. Because again, it was on the pedestal for years, right? So then when I hit it, I internalized and realized, wow, actually I can do it. Now, this is a topic for another day, but I remember hitting that number and I made a Loom video for myself the day I hit it. And when I could see it in my Stripe account, right? I made a video for myself that day to just have. I'm not going to share it publicly. It's something I'll keep for myself. But it's a short video, 2 minutes. And in that video, I basically explained how I don't feel any different. I didn't feel like I achieved the next level of financial freedom or, I unlocked a higher level of consciousness. I felt the exact same, except I was probably doing a little bit more work. So I just made more money, but I did a bit more work to get there, right? So my point being, at every level of your journey, and so especially when you were getting started, right? This is what holds you back. You see, The thing is, right, if you're trying to make money online, you kind of have to be a little bit stupid. Here, bear with me. You see, think of me in college, a full year knowing what to do, not really doing it. Why? Because like it came from, a position of, you could say, high intelligence, right? Doubting the business model, looking at the cracks, the flaws, pointing out all of these reasons why a business wouldn't want to work with me, right? So like logically, it makes sense, you see? And if you're in that position now, like you are probably quite smart. Like that's why you're in that position, okay? So that's inherently a good thing, to be smart and intelligent, but it's bloody holding you back, okay? So what you have to do is essentially dumb it down and say to yourself, look, I just got to get going. Look, I'm 80% sure on what I got to do. If there's things I don't know, obviously I should go and get that help. I should pay for the information, right? But once you have that, it's kind of then on you to figure out, okay, let's just do it, right? Like, let's just make the first step. Now, this probably sounds incredibly easy, but to make money online, it doesn't have to take a lot of time. It doesn't have to take you months to get your first client. To get to 10K a month doesn't have to take you years. All of these things are actually false. They're just, we've believed them for so long that they feel true. So hopefully this is making sense. I wanted to make this raw and off the cuff because this is the reality. Now look, I have a mentorship program, right? I don't just give people information and then tell them, oh, figure out all the beliefs by yourself. No, because I went through it myself. So obviously I guide them on that. I hold them accountable. I make sure that they're hitting the actions and they need to hit to get to the goal they want to get to. And if we figure out like that, it's the mindset, it's their belief system that's holding them back. Cool. We can go deep, right? We can go through coaching and actually explore that and help them overcome it. We've had lots of people do that now with us, where they've started, done a bit of action and then gone, nope, don't think I'm ready for this. Don't think I'm able. Don't think this is for me. And then we've corrected course with that person, got them back on track, and then they're crushing it. Right, so this is the lesson. Take it as you please. Hopefully it makes sense. And yeah, I needed to make this video because this is truly the big needle mover. All right.